Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome if you're new here. For today's video, I'm gonna be telling you my favorites for 2020. I really had to sit down and think about the absolute favorite, the best of 2020. So it's gonna be a couple of items, maybe one or two items per category. Before we get started though, take a quick moment to go ahead and please subscribe down below, give the video a like if you like it, and let's go ahead and jump into it. By the way, fave number one that I just discovered this year, I'm so late to the game. It's these White Claw hard seltzers. So basically, I'm trying to stop drinking beer, wine. Who can stop drinking wine? I'm trying to find a healthy alternative to something that has a little spike, because we all need a little spike in our lives. I've been loving these White Claw hard seltzers. They come in a pack of like 16 and they have only 100 calories, 5% alcohol, and then you don't feel as guilty. So yeah. Let's go ahead and start by category of how we do our face and how we do our makeup. So first thing is going to be primer. So my all-time favorite primer for this year, if I could find the damn primer, where are you? I've enjoyed so much these two primers. This is the NYX Hydra Touch Base Primer. I really enjoy how soft and silky and so smooth on your face. It feels like you're adding a hydration boost festivity on here. The only thing I do gotta say, it does sit in your skin for a little bit, so you do have to really go in there and kind of work it. And then my other product too, that's like honestly like one of my favorite products, I'm sure you've seen in so many of my videos. It is the Wet n Wild Primer Base Serum. What I love about this is that when you apply it, it feels like a moisturizer, but then it dries down to like that matte silky finish, not the weird slippery silicone texture, and it smells so good. It smells like a watermelon. If you're not into something that smells a little strong, this could come off a little bit strong, but this has been my favorite go-to primers, these two. Next, foundation. Two foundations for the year of 2020. The first foundation is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Foundation. This is what I have on my skin today. This foundation just glides on so beautifully. It does not look cakey at all in any way, as you can see. Like if you look at my skin, it just looks like such a perfect, just like a perfect veil. Holy smokes, this is the foundation of the year. The most beautiful natural finish, but with a good amount of coverage. You guys need to try it if you haven't tried it out yet. And then the other one that's a little bit more for a natural finish, it's gonna be the Rare Beauty Foundation, you guys. It's so nice, I love this. I don't know why I'm shaking it, I'm not gonna use it. So this foundation is so beautifully naturally. Naturally? What is a naturally? You're in that mood that you wanna look naturally pretty and like that just beautiful but natural, lit from within kind of a feeling. This is the foundation. My favorite way to use this one, because it's more on the natural side, is with a brush, like a foundation brush, something like this. And then you start like smoldering it into your skin and it just looks so beautiful. If you're in the mood for more of a natural look, this is a foundation. If you're in the mood for a more beautiful glam night out look, this is the foundation. Something else I discovered that I freaking love, and it's the easiest way to remove your makeup, is this Micellar Garnier Cleansing Water, but it has to be the one that is waterproof. If you get the pink one, the other one is not gonna do. You're gonna be like, what the hell are you talking about? This doesn't do anything. But if you use this one, your life will be changed forever. It removes your makeup off so nicely. I love to use this for mistakes, like if there's like little mistakes on my face that I make, or if I'm trying to remove eye makeup, this is what I go for all the time. And it has lasted all year. I bought this in the beginning of the year and look how much is left. And this is only like $8. This is a miracle makeup remover. I don't use this on my entire face, like for me to remove off my whole face. I don't use this because I just don't like that feeling of like those little oily base things, even though this is oil free, I think. Is it? No oil. I don't know what it is that makes me feel like it has oil. I don't know what that ingredient is, but I don't like to feel that on my face. So I do like to go in with a regular cleanser, but I love this to remove off eye makeup. It is the best, or any makeup in general. Like if you're doing like a Halloween look, or if you're doing like anything that's like a hardcore makeup look, this will remove it. All right, my next item is my favorite spreading spray. The next item is my favorite setting spray this year. It is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Setting Spray. Oh my gosh, I love this setting spray. One trick to using the setting spray, mist it all the way down. Once you mist it all the way down, it just like creates like such a good, it smells like a coconut here. It feels so refreshing and it just locks your makeup into place. This setting spray has been my number one. I'm obsessed with it. It's perfect for the summer. It's perfect to mist on if you just want to feel some boost of refreshment. And believe me, this will make your makeup last all freaking day. Moving on to eyeshadows. I'm only gonna talk about two palettes that made it to the favorites for the year. The first palette is the Nude Mood palette. This one from Colourpop. It is the perfect everyday natural palette. This is like honestly my favorite palette. I got so much use out of this throughout the year. It's perfect for a bridal look. It's just like a perfect everyday palette. The consistency, the color, the pigmentation, it's all there. And my favorite part is that it's inexpensive. So beautiful palette. Even the packaging is so pretty. Love it. And then my next favorite palette, it's like I haven't used this as much, but every time I use it, I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful. It is the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. Shadows are incredibly pigmented. I have not found one dud in this palette. It is so beautiful. You can actually use this for every day. It's more of a spring palette, but if you're looking for a really beautiful palette and with really amazing color payoff, this is the palette. Moving on to powders. I only have one face powder to talk about. It's gonna be the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. It just makes your skin look so flawless. It blurs everything out. To me, like a lot of people, the claims of this says that it's like a glowy powder. Honestly, to me, I don't feel like it's glowy in any way. I feel like it's actually mattifying. Did I get a dud? I don't know, but I feel like when I put it on, it blurs everything out so beautifully, but I don't feel a glow on my skin. Comment down below if like you feel a glow or like, or did you get a dud one? It reminds me so much of the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. The only thing I gotta say about this is the packaging is not my favorite because what ends up happening, once I'm done using it, a lot of powder gets everywhere with this, so just be really careful. I mean, you see it just happened again right now. But it's such a beautiful silky powder. It is the best drugstore powders, this one. Let's talk about two of my favorite blushes this year, well, last year. I use this nonstop during the summer, during the spring, even during the fall. So this blush, it has the... Baby, stop.
I love you.
I love you too. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Blush in the color Vintage Rogue. I know you've seen this in so many of my videos, if you still watch me. So anyways, this blush, what I love about it is the formula. The color is like a perfect peachy natural color. It's like an easy blush to use. This is such a beautiful, silky, gorgeous texture. And like, you see how beautiful of a color that is? I'm the worst swatcher of life, I know that. And then the next blush that I loved so freaking much is from Wet n Wild. It is in the color Nudist Society. This is a little bit more of like a peachy, but hinting towards like a gold peachy. It does have some little glitter reflex in there, very tiny little particles, but they don't show up on your skin. This one has a little bit more of that gold champagne-y undertone, similar to like NARS Orgasm kind of. I don't know if you guys remember that, especially during the summer. Oh, this is such a beautiful blush. So those are my two favorite blushes for the year. Moving on to bronzer. My number one is the Silky Matte Bronzer from Milani. I have been using this all throughout the year on my channel. I love the formula, I love the color, and it's just such a perfect tone of bronzer. Do you see how beautiful and perfect that is? I love the formula. It's like a matte formula. It's perfect. If you're looking for more of a sheeny formula with a little bit more sheen, it is the Covergirl TruBlend bronzer in the color Sunset Glitz. This is like what I have on my cheeks today, which is why you can see it's just like a little bit more of a sheeny texture. If you want to have that suntan glow kind of a bronzer, this is it. You see how much sheenier? You see it looks kind of like a highlight kind of. Can we talk about highlights? Oh my gosh. I'm only gonna talk about 3 highlights. My number one favorite highlight of the entire year is the Halo highlighter from Wet n Wild. This is the After Sex Glow highlight. You guys have probably seen this in my videos so many times. I love the gold on this. Like I haven't used the peachy too much, but I lean more towards the gold because this is a drugstore hidden gem. This is definitely a bing highlight, but it's not too much. Like it's not over the top gleaming, but this is definitely more than natural. It is so beautiful, the texture, like this is so stunning. I use this all in the summer. Let me see, look at that. It is so beautiful. It is so gorgeous. It just looks like that wet look. And then the next highlight, which is definitely a more of a beaming highlight, which is what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. It's from Jaclyn Hill. This is from like her line. It's called Bomb. So this is like her mega loose highlights. It is beautiful. I get compliments on this highlight so much. There's a little bit more on the pricier side, but this is normally I think like $25, a little bit pricier, but it is worth every single penny. If you're looking for something that is like, hey, I want people to talk to me and I want people to say hello to me, you're gonna use this kind of highlight. Now, for those people who like a little bit more of the natural highlight, but you wanna look a little bit more, you know, a little reserved, That's what you want to look like. This is gonna be your best friend. Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. Oh my gosh, this highlight is another hidden gem at the drugstore. This was like $4 and it just looks so angelic on your skin. This is for those days that you want to put a little bit of a glow. Like, it's so stunning. You see how beautiful? It's just like this little veil of like natural light. Like, look how pretty that is. This makes you look like an angel. It is the perfect natural highlight ever. For concealers, I have 3 concealers to talk about. So my favorite number 1 for full coverage, not cakey, not powdery, and not too matte, is the CoverGirl TruBlend concealer. It is foolproof. This feels like an exact dupe for the Tarte Shade Tape. The next one, that it's high coverage, but it's a little more hydrating. It's not as full coverage as this, in my opinion. It's the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, though. This is a perfect, beautiful concealer. It's very inexpensive. I think it's like $4 and it's really hydrating. So if you feel like, oh, I don't want to go full on with my under eyes, this is a great concealer. The next concealer is actually even more natural than the Camo concealer. So this one has a little bit less coverage than this one, but it's still a good amount of coverage. I've been using this every single time I have the no makeup days. I always reach for this concealer. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer. I actually love pairing this with this foundation from Rare Beauty. It just gives you a perfect refreshed and awake look. I love using these two together. Let's talk about some lipsticks, shall we? My number 1 lipstick for the whole year that I've had in so many of my purses, I always carry with me everywhere, is the Perfect Nude lipstick. This one is from Morphe in the color Taunt. It's like a perfect nude. It's very comfortable to wear. It dries down matte. It is perfect for every day. Great, great lipstick. My second favorite lipstick, it is the Milani lipstick in the color Teddy Bear. I always recommend this lipstick from the drugstore. It is so comfortable to wear. You just put it on. You don't even have to have a mirror. You just put it on. It smells like a delicious cherry pop. It's like a perfect brownie nude, and it has a little bit of like a glossy texture. Next, this is my best friend, my everything. If you want to go on a night out, on a concert night, like a regular work day that you said, hey, you know what? I feel so spontaneous today. I'm going to put on a bold red lip. This is the lipstick. So this is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in the color Groundbreaker. This only comes off with micellar water. This is the perfect red. Like, there's no other better red than this. My last lipstick is more of like a tinted lip treatment, like a chapstick kind of. I've mentioned this many times throughout the year. This is the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Lip Treatment in the color Bury Me. It looks like a lipstick. It looks like it's bold, but when you put it on, it actually is not. Let me show you. You see, it's like, it's just a tint, really. But what I love about the tinted lip treatments, it leaves your lips with the most beautiful, juicy color. I have no color on my lips. My natural lips, they're like dead, but this is like a big helper for me. So I wear this when I don't want to wear lipstick, but I want some color to my lips. This is what I always go for. I lost somehow in this sea of makeup that I have here. I lost the mascara, but I have a mini version of it. But I wanted to talk about this mascara. This is the Lancome Monseur Big Mascara. This mascara is a game changer, at least for me, for my lashes. They look like false lashes, and I love this. You do have to go in with a second or a third coat to really get your lashes to stand out. This mascara, you guys, is definitely worth every penny. It is by far the nicest mascara I've tried. And then another one that's a favorite that's a little bit more affordable is the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. I love this because it separates your lashes in such a natural way. It is very lengthening and it does a great job. It's $4. It's very inexpensive. So these are my 2 favorite mascaras for 2020. For brows, real quick, just one product that is so funny because I hated this when I first bought it. And then slowly but surely, the more I use it, the more I realize how fast it does my brows. It's in my yearly favorites now. This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Eyebrow Pencil. It's like this. It is a little bit thicker than your usual typical brow definer. It just does them so quickly. The waxiness is perfect. It's not too waxy and it's not too glidey. And then for liners, the best winged liner for the year 2020 is the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Liner. It's like a felt tip liner like this. I have repurchased this at least 4 times throughout the year, and I cannot find any liner that compares to this. Not even high-end liners. Like, I'm just not willing to pay $20 for something that if it's like $4 or $5, it's the same thing. I'd rather go with this. So this is my everyday holy grail liner. It is perfect. It has a perfect pigmentation. The felt tip is like amazing. It doesn't ink out. It's perfect. One of my favorite liners forever. So real quick, I do want to mention these amazing tools that I discovered in 2020 that I use nonstop. So this one, oh, this is embarrassing. It's so dirty. So this one is from Eco Tools complexion sponge. It's so squishy. It is so comparable to the Beauty Blender. I actually prefer this than the Beauty Blender because it's so much bigger and it gets your makeup done so quickly. It does not soak up so much of your product. It really is like a perfect sponge. This is my favorite dupe for the Beauty Blender. My next favorite is a foundation brush that I don't think they sell in this design anymore, but the actual brush, they do sell it. It's the It Cosmetics foundation brush, and I love how soft it is, and it buffs your foundation like a miracle. I don't know what other way I could describe it. This is my favorite brush ever for foundation. Another little brush that I love for concealer is this one from Real Techniques. This one came in a set that comes like this. I don't use this one, but I love this for concealer. So like it really gets in there. You don't have to tap so much. Like you just tap a little bit and it buffs out your concealer like so incredibly and so easily. My last two brushes, these two brushes here that I use for smoking out my lash line. So this one is my favorite pencil brush ever. This one's from Morphe, the M506 brush. It's like a perfect size. So if you're looking to do a quick under eye smoke, you'll do it with this. So perfectly packed. It is the best pencil brush, hands down. And then if you really want to get in there and really give you more of a bold, smoldering look, with this brush here, this one's from Jaclyn Hill Morphe. This is the JH37 brush. I've never found a brush like this. After I smoke out my first part, what I like to do is that I like to grab more of a peachy shade and I just go like this, and it just gives you like that beautiful smoldering look. So it just adds a little bit more of a touch to your under eyes, and I love that. I really love to have that blown out look. You're gonna get it with this. This is an amazing brush. All right guys, that completes my 2020 favorites video. If you liked the video, please don't forget to give the video a like, and go ahead, since you're already watching me, go ahead and subscribe down below. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.